Yes. Laugh track. Oh yeah, we do have we could put that on a little pad thing over there. All right, so we're rolling. Joey Goebel, welcome to the Better Human podcast.
Thank you so
It's
much
an
for
honor
having
and a privilege
me.
to have you here, man. It's
an honor
awesome
to be here. I
yeah,
sure appreciate it.
So my daughter had you as a student, and Alyssa, yep, and she had mentioned that she had this really great English teacher, and English was always my terrible subject, so I was never a pro-English help as a father. Now, their mother is fantastic at that stuff. She can write pages of poetry, but I was the science math guy.
Okay.
So, but whenever she said, I've got this really great English teacher, and I was like, well, really? Like, who is it? Or whatever. And she's like, Joey Goebel. And I was like, oh, it can't be Joey.
that guy
that I remember.
That guy can't even
I was like,
read.
I remember a Joey Goebel.
He was,
and yeah,
he was
like
functionally illiterate. It's amazing.
And I started like, the Joey I remember, he was a couple years younger than me in high school, and but had this great band. Me and Josh were really close. So Justin's brother, your drummer's brother. Me and Josh were big buddies.
You and Josh Hope.
Me and Josh were big buddies. Yeah. So we used to always come watch you at Denton Shelter House.
Oh God.
Back in the day, we're going to be like memory lane here. So we, sure enough, and then she was like, "No, I'm pretty sure that's him." I was like, "I'll be damned, that's Mr. Goebel. That's awesome."
It's still a bit surreal for me. I've been at County High. I've been a teacher at County High now, going into my 9th year. It's still surreal for me to be an authority figure at County High when you consider the Mullets.
Oh yeah,
we were a punk band.
Yes, a fantastic punk band.
We weren't especially political or anti-authority, but punk by its very nature is rebellious.
Sure.
And so it's weird now that I'm on the other side of the desk. I gotta tell you, kids, it's a lot sweeter on the other side. I'm enjoying County High a lot more the second time around. But I've told the students before, I said when my least favorite thing about being a teacher, I hate being an authority figure. After so many years of kind of railing against it, or at the very least questioning it. The great Joe Strummer said authority is not necessarily grounded in wisdom. And so now I'm the authority, and what Joe Strummer said was true. I am not wise. Right. And so for me, authority is this clumsy thing that I don't quite know what to do with. There might be some students in the audience here that can attest to that. In fact, I subvert that. I undermine that. I created a character named Mr. Lanyard.
Oh, yes.
Who satirizes the very concept of authority. The concept is he's a teacher who enjoys discipline way too much.
It's also your in-ring persona, I understand as well.
Yes, because like most of us, I secretly fantasize about becoming a pro wrestler.
Oh my gosh, we have so much to talk about. We're going to get to that point, though.
But yeah, it'd be Mr. Lanyard, and like one of his sound it goes something like, so picture the lanyard with the badge, and he'll, maybe I need to get the student's attention, and I'll say, class, I maybe didn't get the memo, but this ain't my first rodeo, and I don't recall telling you all you can do just whatever the hell you want. Sonny, can you remind me who has the lanyard? Is that a necklace? Sonny, is that a necklace or a lanyard? It's just a necklace, right? Did you get that at the dollar store down the way? Okay. Well, this is a lanyard. All right. You see the difference? Okay. Thank you.
It's as regal as it comes
sorry.
in today's. Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Get lost in that character, and so then they loved it, and then they started requesting it, but the problem was then sometimes Mr. Goebel actually
Right.
I'd be like, all right, God,
Right.
he's doing his bit.
Right.
No, y'all are really not working.
Yeah.
You're clearly.
Yeah. If you don't do homework, he'll do Mr. Lanyard. Don't do it. That's great, man. Well, I mean, it leaves a resounding impression on people. I mean, on your students, and that's beautiful. Nothing but positive things. And for a former horrific English student, it would be very welcoming to have someone with that kind of flavor to help me understand the language and all of its rules and principles.
First and foremost, I'm an entertainer.
Yeah.
and they can. I entertain them, and my philosophy is if I can just hold their attention. That in itself is something.
Yeah.
And then if they happen to learn something, better still. But
well, they all love it. At least my two children love it.
I love them.
It is felt for real. So you've done that for 9 years. We're older than that. Tell me about Joey Goebel in the meantime. What happened what did you do after high school, Joey?
Oh gosh.
Spill that all over me.
I became an English major. Okay, so the Mullets broke up. I slowly realized it was getting to the point where if I wanted to get the band to the next level, it was time to take the band on tour, which I was not willing to do. That lifestyle is just not for me. And also, I was a realist about this. As this pop punk band from Henderson, Kentucky, and I thought, do I really want to put myself through sleeping on strangers' carpets all across America to maybe make $10 a show? I decided not to. I embraced the life of an English major. I fell in love with literature, and by the time I graduated college, I had decided I wanted to become a screenwriter. I became very serious about that. It did not work out, but one of those screenplays, The Anomalies, I adapted into a novel, which is the inverse of what people usually do.
It worked out, yeah.
I turned my fourth or fifth screenplay, The Anomalies, into a novel, and lo and behold, I found a publisher. And I was 22 when I signed my first publishing contract. I peaked early. And then for most of my 20s, I was writing novels and also teaching some at the college level.
Okay. So when you decided to, the Mullets went on for what, 3 or 4 years?
We were together 5 years.
5 years.
96 to
put out
01.
2 or 3 albums?
3, we can say.
I know you played exactly 100 shows,
1, 2,
right?
3, yeah.
I think I remember
we
that.
did 4 albums, but one of them was a compilation.
Okay.
So we could say 4.
Yeah. We sing Nacho Cheese all the time at our house, by the way.
That was our big hit. Yeah. I ended up not liking that song because I realized I accidentally plagiarized the melody of Cyndi Lauper's famous "Girls Just Want to Have Fun."
Oh yeah.
And I don't think I can, for legal reasons, I can't hum it. But because then you'd have to pay for it, right? So
we'd have some sort of copyright ding or something like that. For 5 seconds.
Girls just wanna have fun.
Okay, yeah. Now that you bring it up, it does kind of.
Nacho cheese. Oh, girls just wanna have. See, I didn't mean to.
Right.
If Cindy's watching,
Right, yeah.
if Cindy's listening, I'm sorry, babe.
We're doing our best to collect cease and desist letters, so we're going to see how many we can collect. So. We're doing it mainly through merch, I think. But the Mullets, lots of local shows, toured regionally. I mean, Midwest.
I mean, to say toured would probably be an exaggeration. But on the weekends, sometimes we go to, say, St. Louis or Bowling Green or Indianapolis. The majority of the shows were in Evansville. Actually, the very first show we played, the first real show we played was was here in Newburgh.
Oh, yeah.
At Locks and Dams.
Okay,
That
yeah.
they put punk shows on
Yeah.
there. We opened for the legendary Mock Warren.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And after seeing their set, I was like, guys, we gotta practice. But yeah, most of the shows were in Evansville. In the '90s, there's a thriving punk rock scene,
Big punk scene in
and
Evansville.
I understand it. There's still an all ages scene going on. They tend to favor metal more, from what I understand. But things are still happening.
And so becoming the transition into screenwriter. Tell us about that. Your fourth screenplay that you wrote, you turned into a novel. What was with the first three? Tell us about the journey. I mean, just tell us about the process.
It's a journey of a very lowbrow young man, ever so slightly becoming more highbrow. So we talked about what we hinted at, my love of wrestling. I still love wrestling. On the surface, though, I think you will agree it is lowbrow on the surface, right?
On the surface, sure.
You can view it from through a highbrow lens. But what I'm getting at is, as a teenager, my go-tos were WWE wrestling and Adam Sandler. Again, Adam Sandler, we don't associate him with academia, although I have the argument, to be that funny, you have to be intelligent.
Sure, absolutely.
He's no dummy.
No.
So, but Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, The Wedding Singer, these were just so formative for me. And so, initially, even though I was an English major and reading some significant texts from the literary canon, my goal was to write Adam Sandler movies.
Okay.
And they were so stupid, even too stupid for Adam Sandler. Even like, you want to hear a pitch?
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
A man with low self-esteem decides his life would be improved if he gets large testicular implants.
Right.
Film title, Big Nuts.
Big
By the way, does Optimize You offer testicular
yes. Enhancement? There are some enhancement qualities that can happen. Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
So it's just these stupid Adam Sandler
Testosterone
comedies.
and testicular enlargement typically do not go hand in hand, though, just to let you know those things.
Okay.
Right.
Got that, Joe? Okay. And of course, like, I mean, I couldn't sell them. I'd send them. I got this book at Barnes and Noble, How to Sell a Screenplay, and I would send them off to agents, and nothing happened. And then by the time the fourth script came around, well, I had this very charismatic English professor. I went to Brescia over in Owensboro, and his name was David Bartholomew, but we affectionately referred to him as Bart. And Bart said, Joey, you're not a dumb guy. Why do you write such dumb things? I said, I don't know. It's because it's funny.
Right.
I'm not trying to impress anybody. And I thought, he's kind of right. And then by that point, I was getting into the upper level English classes, like modern world literature. I was starting to read things like Albert Camus, Franz Kafka, William Faulkner, F. Scott Fitzgerald, the greats, the classics.
Sure, right.
And it started kind of rubbing off on me, like, oh, you mean I could be writing something with meaning, with substance? And so that fourth script, it had symbolism, it had multiple layers, it had meaning, and I submitted it as an assignment for Bart's creative writing class, and it may have been the most important moment of my entire writing career. After he read the first 30 pages of the script, he came into the journalism room where I was sitting, and he had this great big smile. He was like over 6 feet tall, but I was sitting, so he looked 10 feet tall.
Right.
He looked down at me, and he smiled and said, I just love it. And that, to me, that moment was kind of the birth of Joey Goebel, the novelist, because it later became a very literary novel.
Was it The Anomalies then as well? Did it sort of start off as The Anomalies?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and the novel just allowed me to add more and more layers to it, because there's only so much you can do with dialogue and narration. So the novel allowed me to get into the character's thoughts and play around with the point of view. And
Because there's multiple characters in The Anomalies.
yes,
Yeah. So
there's like probably 50 or 60 narrative shifts in it. So I learned that from William Faulkner. But yeah, I was that's crazy, 22.
22 years ago,
And
right? And also 22 years ago at this point, right? And was that
Yeah.
around early 2000s?
yeah, so the book was actually published in '03.
Okay.
And then the second novel, Torture the Artist, was published in '04. And then after that is when the whole German thing happened.
Right,
And
yeah.
that forever changed
Yeah.
my career.
So having back-to-back novels, I'm assuming that Torture the Artist, your second novel, was in the. I mean, for people that don't know and aren't familiar with the process, you submitted. When did you turn in Anomalies to your English professor?
Oh gosh, it was probably the last semester of my senior year, and then I can't remember the whole timeline on
Yeah.
that.
So the time frame is probably what, 4 or 5 years between submission of that manuscript to publication.
Not even that long.
Okay.
I know this much. I know that to turn it into a novel, that took me almost a year. Getting it published happened surprisingly fast, and I've paid for that since. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Sure.
Like,
Right. Yeah.
I had a lot of good luck very early on, but it eventually ran out.
They'll give you, I mean,
Like
you
wh-
become like a little jaded. I mean, like as far as the like, oh, this is how the process is going to go every time, and then the
Yeah.
expectation is
It,
subpar if it's not that, right?
Well, I mean, I'll give you an example. I'm currently out of print in English. Okay, so yeah, I mean, when I was 22, I thought, wow, I'm doing it, I'm making it. But yeah, today, if you want to read a Joey Goebel novel in English, you can find them on Amazon and eBay. But they're becoming more and more scarce. So really, you have to learn German
Right.
in order to read them.
And you're not fluent in German.
I am not.
Yeah.
No. So very weird publishing situation. I write the books in English, send them off to my German publisher. That's a bit of a misnomer because they're technically located in Zurich, Switzerland, but they publish for the entire German domain. And then they give my manuscript to a translator, and the last 3 novels have only appeared in German, and strangely, not in my own country.
Why do you think that?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer. My practical answer is my German publisher. They're called Diogenes. They are extremely good at what they do. There's no American equivalent to them. They are Europe's largest independent literary publisher. And some of the things I've even taught them in class, like Kafka, for instance, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Diogenes publishes their work in German. And then newer writers like John Irving and Patricia Highsmith, they do the German versions for them. So in other words, I can't find my Diogenes
Gotcha.
over here. Beyond that, I don't know. The New York publishers have always rejected me. The one American publisher I did have was actually in California, which is pretty unusual. That being said, I'm not giving up. I want my books to be available for my students, for my son to read, for you to read. So this latest novel, fingers crossed, maybe it will be published in America. And one thing it has going for it, it's a very American topic.
Right.
The new book is about wrestling.
Wrestling, yeah. Sunset Flip, correct?
Sunset Flip. How you
Awesome.
like that title?
I love it. It's fantastic. Each and every podcast of the Optimize You studio is sponsored by Optimize You Evansville. At Optimize You Evansville, we help you take control of your health, performance, and vitality through cutting-edge hormone optimization, peptide therapy, athletic recovery, weight loss, and sexual health solutions. Whether you're an athlete looking to maximize recovery, someone striving for sustainable weight loss, or just looking to feel like your best self again, we used advanced diagnostics and personalized treatment plans to get you there. Our science-backed approach helped optimize energy levels, mental clarity, muscle recovery, and overall well-being. Because feeling great isn't optional, it's essential. You ready to elevate your potential? Let's get started today at Optimize You Evansville, where normal is not optimal. So what is Sunset Flip about?
So, I know you're a wrestling fan. Do you watch Dark Side of the Ring?
Sure.
Okay. And my son Joe and I love this program. And years ago, we were watching one on The Ultimate Warrior. And of course, he's dead, but they were interviewing his ex-wife. And oh, by the way, hey, anybody in the audience know Ultimate Warrior's real name?
Jim Hellwig.
Very good,
Yes,
Jim Hellwig.
very
And
good.
I'm thinking, if my name's Jim Hellwig,
Yeah.
let's stick with Jim Hellwig.
Right, yeah.
All right, pretty badass.
Yeah, that's a pretty badass name.
but yeah, it's Jim Hellwig. So that's important to know. His name's Jim. Jim, in his real life, he was a Hoosier. We're filming this in Indiana, in
right.
case you know, and so he was a Hoosier, a mild-mannered, married guy. As Ultimate Warrior, of course, he was just an absolute maniac. I mean, I always thought he's kind of like what every 6-year-old wants to behave like. Just run around, scream, shaking up, breaking things.
I think, was he like the last person from Parts Unknown? He was he was from they had some sort of place that he was from, you know.
You're right.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what they named it. I know it wasn't Parts Unknown, but it might as well have been. You know, it's like the equivalent of that.
I think they did say Parts Unknown.
Did they?
Yeah.
Like they just found him in some jungle somewhere, you know, and there was nowhere.
Yeah.
Marcus, do you remember where they said Ultimate Warrior was from?
I believe it was Parts Unknown.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever billed himself from Indiana.
I don't think so.
It wouldn't.
Maybe when he was with like Sting or something.
Yeah, maybe like back in the day, but
Yeah, Indiana doesn't quite have the same mystique.
it does. It's a good point. Yes.
But on the documentary show, Dark Side of the Ring, the ex-wife was being interviewed, and she said, I'm paraphrasing, but essentially she said, and as his fame and his ego continued to grow, one day Jim left and the Ultimate Warrior came back home. And it's like, light bulb. That's a novel. That is interesting.
Yeah.
And I wrote it down, but I thought it could be a great character study. And I wrote it in my little notebook, and it remained in there for several years. And then in the summer of, I guess that was summer of 23, I finally committed to writing that novel, which became Sunset Flip.
And how long of a process is that for you?
To write a novel takes at least a year. And so, and that means from the time I start pre-writing, taking notes to completion. So it can take me anywhere from 1 to 3 years. This last one, Sunset Flip, I wrote while I was a high school teacher, which was incredibly challenging. But I learned if you put in at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, you can get a novel. So Joe can attest. It was not easy on Dad, teaching and writing at the same time, but I ended up finishing it in about a year.
Yeah. And your process is that it? Like, so you're like, I'm going to dedicate this 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week to this craft. I'm going to sit down. There's nobody else around in this. I'm going to concentrate on this part of it.
Yeah, and that's the bare minimum. Okay, if I don't do the 30 minutes, I'm upset with myself. But usually what will happen is I'll get rolling with it, and the 30 minutes will go to an hour or 2 hours. But yeah, at least 30 minutes. I should mention that was just the seed from which the novel grew. The novel isn't the Ultimate Warrior story.
Yeah.
There's some similarities, but the novel is about a phenomenon that you probably know. This is actually pretty common for wrestlers. They do give themselves over to their persona, or I should say vice versa. The persona consumes them, and that fascinates me.
It's the one profession where, like everybody knows Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter, but if Daniel Radcliffe is out at dinner, it's Daniel Radcliffe, right?
You wouldn't go up to him and expect him to cast spells.
Right, exactly. But if I see Jim Hellwig at a steak dinner and he's no makeup on and he's, oh, hey, I'm Jim, nice to meet you, and he's not that, like shaking the ropes and all that stuff, well, then I'm let down,
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to meet Jim. I'm going to meet Ultimate Warrior, or Macho Man, or however, all these big personalities from back then, I feel like that's kind of I feel like there's still some character with a lot of these people, but it's not like that anymore, right?
No, some people use, I kind of feel pretentious using industry terms, but some people say we've now witnessed the death of kayfabe.
Kayfabe, right.
And I just feel fine about it. 'Cause I am just a fan. I want to make that clear. And it shows in Sunset Flip. I call it glorified fan fiction.
Oh,
it's
sure.
my love letter to the last 40 years of, in particular, WWF, WWE wrestling. So I feel a bit self-conscious even saying things like death of kayfabe. But it has happened gradually. The first big shift was in the early 80s when Vince McMahon coined the famous term sports entertainment, acknowledging the keyword here, entertainment. And now, cut to 34 years later, we have you seen, what's it called, Unreal on Netflix? Yeah, which lets us into
now we're on the backside of
the
everything.
writer's room,
Yeah.
which I never thought I'd see. So, that's kayfabe isn't what it used to be.
And gimmick characters aren't a thing anymore.
Good
per se.
point.
Right, yeah.
Good
There's
point.
no more Doink the Clowns. There's no more, those kind of guys.
Well, there's Danhausen doing something.
And you know what? And everybody loves him, right? Because it brings that back. The guy has stepped in the ring twice, or whatever, but I love it. It's the great,
Well, what I love about Dan, it's comedy. It's a reminder. It is entertainment.
Right,
we don't have to take this terribly seriously.
Right.
He wants human monies, right? We can all identify with that.
I think that's, he is a tribute to the era that we're alluding to, right?
Yeah.
I think as far as that's concerned. So Sunset Flip is out in German.
Yes.
and there's all kinds of other things going on in Joey Goebel's life. You've cracked the musician shell again.
Yeah, so with the music, what I find is about every 10 years, I just get this itch to play music again. And so this time, I went big. I made my dream album, and it's not a real band. It's I pretentiously call it a recording project. We're called Unsureway, and Mr. Lanyard's getting ready to come out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's called Unsureway, strangely named after Schnooks.
Yes, right. That was a great clip.
Jokes. I have a limited amount.
But
of
is
jokes.
your
No, I had a kid. Y'all listen.
Yeah.
You know this kid. He's a very well-known kid. He may or may not have been your class president. and he goes, so Mr. Goebel at Unsureway. Is that named after the grocery store? I said, no. It's strangely enough, it's named after Schnooks.
So funny. But your Sunset Flip guy's name is Schnooks, right?
Yeah, I have this fixation with Schnooks. I do. I love Schnooks.
It's because as Henderson folk, we didn't have a Schnooks. We
Right,
envy what we did not have.
It's like another world.
Right,
If Henderson people understand what I'm saying.
We just had Sureway.
But yeah, I've lost my train of thought because of Lily. Unsureway it's my midlife crisis. It's my holy grail. It's my dream album, and I went for it. I just went for it. It's done. It all started because I realized I needed reading glasses, and I kept. Oh, those are reading glasses.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just wear them like regular glasses at this point. I should not be doing that, but yeah, I do.
Oh, I don't do that.
Yeah, I know. Don't start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened? Naturally, I love to read, and it was getting to the point where I was reading like that, and I had to get reading glasses, and it kind of symbolized my mortality. This was when I was maybe 41 or 42, and I thought, right on time, like I'm deteriorating.
Yep. This is it.
And I lost my dad when I was quite young, and I got to thinking, Joey, what do you want to do while you still have some semblance of health and your mind is somewhat intact? And I thought, what I'd really like to do is make the best record I possibly can. I don't want to play live because I am a dad. I'm a teacher. I'm a very busy man, and playing live I don't know how to make that work. But I figured out how to record an album. It did take 4 years, but I found my dream studio in Bloomington, of all places. It's called Russian Recording, and I found my dream producer in Mike Brodowski, and it's done. And we've sent it off to the record plant. They gave a rather strange window. It could take up to 90 days. Is that as specific as you can? Between now and 90 days from now, y'all will be able to listen. Because I'm not going to do the streaming thing until it's out on vinyl, because that would be a disservice to Matt Glick of Ice Cream Records, who... this is his first release on Ice Cream Records. Of course, he has the record store.
Right.
Interesting. I want to plug him as well.
Absolutely.
But it'll be streaming. It'll be on vinyl, and I'm quite proud of it.
I have my pre-ordered limited edition maroon and white.
Did you
copy.
really?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
very
we're big.
much.
Lucas could talk to you forever about touring and bands. That's his band right there behind you, The Strangers.
The Strangers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
We'll
you
talk
just
later.
went to Dayton 2 weeks ago to record?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks. No, with the yeah.
One of my friends,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, big musician guy. Yeah, and then so we're big music guys there, and we love local. The Chugs, do you know those guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the Chugs wrote our theme song, and that's their albums back there. So
Yes, they. I guess it was yesterday. Oh, isn't this a great feeling in the summertime where the days are running together?
Yes.
And it may have been yesterday. They released a cover. I mentioned the Wedding Singer earlier.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
a cover of "Kill Me."
Yeah, whatever that. Yeah.
"Kill Me, Please." Oh, it was perfect.
Yeah.
They did perfect. I love that
Yeah,
band.
they're great. They're like the perfect story for like what we're trying to bring here. Just because we just want people that are just doing what they want to do. You know, like
Yes.
like they're just a bunch of dads who like punk music, so they have a punk band. You know,
and Ham's beer.
Ham's beer, right?
With Scott, one time I said, it all seems very tongue in cheek, but even to like something ironically, you guys spend an inordinate amount of time thinking about Ham's, singing about Ham's
Right.
beer, talking about Ham's beer. I gotta ask you, Scott, what do you think, honestly, of Ham's beer? He goes, he's okay.
So, yeah, it's a thing now, right? Though it's like we have to hang with it. Yeah, so we respect the process, especially we live vicariously through Lucas. Lucas played a gig on I say it was for my 50th birthday at USI. It will forever be my birthday present. So he played a big show. I know he did. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, so we're big local music fans too here. So it's good stuff. So the new album comes out within 90 days.
So maybe
sometime
September.
sometime around.
It could be July, August, or September. But it's done. It was hard to get approval of the artwork, but that's done, and so it's been sent off to the plant. So yeah, it's been a big summer for Mr. Goebel.
Yeah.
I had the album's done, and then I went on the book tour to support Sunset Flip.
How was that?
Oh wow.
So let's give credit where credit's due. Like, you're a big deal in Germany.
Oh,
I know you're going to be modest about it, but yes.
Well, okay, I'll give you an honest
You're the literary
answer.
Hasselhoff of Germany.
I would say
Probably hate
I'm book famous in Germany, but in 2026, book famous just ain't
Gotcha.
that famous.
Right,
You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
The literary novelists do not occupy the space in culture that they once did.
You can go get a cup of coffee in Germany, and you'll be okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that not that famous, but well, let me put it, famous enough that each time I write a book, they'll have me come over there and do a tour.
Yeah.
And you asked me how it went, and it was difficult but rewarding. Let me circle back to the reason that I didn't want to be a professional musician. The lifestyle didn't agree with me. Just I'm a homebody. I'm an introvert. And the idea of being in a different hotel room every single night, I struggle with that. And I also struggle with fatigue. My students have probably heard me complain about that, and I know it shows. But so you take a homebody introvert with chronic fatigue syndrome, and you send them on a book tour for 12 days. It's kind of worst case scenario. But to my publisher's credit, everything went perfectly smoothly. Nothing bad happened. It was just exhausting, you know. The best part, what made it rewarding, is talking to the readers, which I don't get to do in America.
Right.
And this kind of boggled my mind. They'd have me sign a book, and they'd be adults, and they'd say, "Oh, I started reading you when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And I was like, my God, how did I get here? Has it been that long?
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been publishing my books for 20 years.
Yeah. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The so what's next? You're just going to enjoy life for a little bit?
Oh, I don't know how. I don't know how to enjoy
You've
life. That's
got
something I need to work
you've
on.
got, if you're counting the 4 years it took you to write the album, you've got a solid 6 until you want to write another album, right? If it's a
You
10-year
know what?
cycle.
No, I want to step aside because it's time for a new generation of punk rockers to take over. So my son, Joe Goebel, is becoming quite skillful at guitar, and I kind of want to get out of his way.
Yeah.
I don't think I can top this album. It was the first album where I would actually like revise the songs instead of just writing it and say, I'm done. That's it.
Take it.
Yeah.
Next.
A
Yeah.
totally different approach.
Yeah.
I don't think I can beat it. I'm proud of it. And so, yeah, I want to, rock and roll is a young man's game. So I want Joe to take over. So no more music for the foreseeable future. Honestly, it's time to start working on another novel because the publication process is so slow that I really need to start. They got to translate it. They got to set everything up for publication. So I do want to write another novel, and before that, I need to finish a play that I'm writing.
How many ideas live in Joey Goebel's head at any given time?
Oh, multitudes. But that's where these gadgets
The Black Mirror comes into play.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So used to, I would carry around this tiny notebook in my back pocket, and I'd have when you play miniature golf with the little pencils.
Oh, sure.
I'd keep that in my wallet, and every time I had an idea, it would go in the notebook. But now, it's even more convenient. I got the voice memo and the notes. But yeah, ideas come to me all the time, and that's the first lesson, day one of my creative writing class. Remember this, Lily? You must no. Go the hallway.
gracious. Right.
Go
Goodness.
No, you got to write down your ideas as they come to you. Don't think it's such an awesome idea that there's no way that you'll forget it. You always have to write the ideas as they come to you.
I try to do that. So I also, my thing is that so you remember Twin Peaks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was obsessed with Twin Peaks.
Me too.
So probably I would say 4 or so years in my mid-20s, completely obsessed with Twin Peaks. Like had to figure out, had all the Diary of Laura Palmer, all of the background stuff, everything, right? So I was Dale Cooper. So I had talking to Diana. Yeah. So my rants, that I would record rants after leaving meetings. I've been in healthcare administration for a while, so, and at some point I'll tell all my thoughts about that. But I would leave meetings, and instead of bringing it home, I would sit in the car and just cuss like a sailor into this recorder and try to make some sort of sense out of my thoughts, like just try to vomit it all out and then just leave it in the parking lot. And then that was that. So in the same sense, keeping that recorder in when you come up with, you're at a stoplight and you're like, oh, that's it. It's the watching the, Dark Side of the Ring episode. I'm like, oh, this is an idea. If you wait an hour and a half, life happens, kids happen, everything happens, it's gone.
No matter how good the idea is.
Absolutely.
May I talk about David Lynch for a moment?
Oh, please do.
This excites me.
Gosh, how much time do we have on this thing? We're gonna
I'm a big fan, and I guess what was it? Maybe 2 years ago now that he died.
Probably longer than that, but yeah, somewhere around
so,
there. Yeah.
well, you may have been my creative writing. After he died the next day, in the classroom, I prepared a tribute for him because Mr. Lanyard gets to do what Mr. Lanyard wants.
That's right.
And so I had, a YouTube clip pulled up that summarized his career. But then, on a personal note, what I told my students was about the first time I watched Twin Peaks.
Okay.
And so this was, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was 1990. And so I was, well, depending on the month it came out, either 9 or 10. And so even at 9, I always suspected that I was weird. I wasn't called weird that regularly. That would come later when I would wear my weirdness on my sleeve
Yes.
at County High. But I just sensed that I was just a little different to most small town, middle American mainstream people.
So, yeah.
Okay. And so, I think it came on Sunday nights. And my sister Cece and I sat down to watch this show, Twin Peaks, not knowing what it was about.
Yeah.
And by the end of that episode, I remember thinking, finally, something for me.
Something I'm identifying with, right?
Something for me.
Right, yeah.
It was weird.
It was.
And now, even by today's standards, it's weird.
Yeah, yeah.
They would view it, the younger ones, I think, it wouldn't impact them the way it did you and me. Like
we tried to watch it. Yeah.
I can't explain how anarchic, how it just, I couldn't believe, how is this on my television?
Right.
How did this even get made? And how can this be in the middle of the suburbs, in my middle-class household, this crazy show, Twin Peaks? And much crazier things have come out since, which would color their perception of it, make it seem relatively tame. But
right, yeah.
kids, I cannot stress to you what a sea change this was for entertainment.
Right. Well, and just, and I could literally talk for hours about this, but the character development of those people, each person with their own little story and backstory and the interweaving of all of those things together, it's the American masterpiece in my opinion,
Well, I agree.
And there's plenty of shows that have been really good since then, right? But like it stands by itself as far as I'm concerned.
And perhaps these other shows never would have been made.
Yeah, sure.
Had
Yeah,
it
maybe
not
so.
appeared. Yeah.
Maybe so. Now I don't know how well the last Showtime thing, how that kind of pulled off good, but not.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Lynch fan. I didn't love it.
yeah,
I didn't love
yeah.
it. But
I understand what they were trying to do with it, I think, but
I'll tell you, I mean, it challenged me.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And it made me think. And to this day, there are things that haunt me. So I don't know. Maybe I should give it another chance. But I wasn't crazy about the what they call it, the return.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, Twin Peaks rants we could go on for Lynch rants we can go on forever about too. But I think it all kind of sums it up in what I in what I think of Mr. Joey from back in the day, Mr. Goebel today, Mr. Lanyard, Mr. Goebel the author, Mr. Goebel Joey the musician, all of those things is that I have to give you some praise for like you are the same dude that you were 30 years ago at this point, and I praise you for that because you've kept that originality and that's what's kind of kept this alive. This is
That's a very sweet thing to say. Thank you. Because sometimes I fear that I've lost that guy.
No, yeah.
And I think there were times in my life where I did lose that guy. Where sometimes the concern is, well, how am I gonna pay the bills.
Sure.
How am I going to make sure Joe has shoes?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But the good news is I found them again.
You figured it out.
I figured it out. It took a while. But thank you for saying
Yeah,
so.
stuck with it, and you know we kind of we talk. We have some people on here, then we talk about drive and driven. You know, all this kind of discipline and all this other stuff. It doesn't always look like Joey Goebel, you know, but you're the personification of it. Just this kind of grit and drive. Like I like this. This is me. This is what I'm going to do, and this is when I'm going to make it work. And been told no, been told no, been told no, been told no. I'm going to figure this out. Okay, you don't like this? I'm going to make it a novel. Oh, that did pretty good. I'm going to do it again. Oh shit, now this happened. Well, Germany really likes me. Let's go do that. You know, and then you're doing it. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I will add to that. Joe, I'm about to get personal here, but my greatest fear is failure. And guess what? I have failed and failed and failed. I don't know many people that have failed more than I have.
Yeah.
But here I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think, you know, it's part of the process, and you could have quit, and not to be disparaging to any person in it, but you could have quit and gone into the workforce and bought Joe all the shoes that he could have wanted and done all the things that it could have happened. But I hope that my kids do the same thing, is that they look on these kinds of things and like, I'm making this is what I've wanted to do for 30 years. You know, I couldn't always do that. I had to build up to this part of it, but we're here now. And we have all kinds of stuff we're going to talk after this, but offline, but we have all kinds of things that are in the works now. And it's like, I turned 50 in April, you know, and it's taken a long time, but we're here, you know, and just to kind of keep doing that and keeping who you are, you know, keeping that dream alive of what you wanted to do with yourself makes him happy. You know, he's, proud kids, right? You know, that's what it's all about. So thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you,
Yeah,
Derek.
yeah,
That's so kind of you.
And keep making music, dude.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, well, you twisted my arm. You twisted my arm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it.
Fine. Okay, fine.
Well, I should.
Yeah. So, new album Unsureway comes out.
Well, I'm gonna estimate that.
days.
I'm gonna estimate it. It's probably August.
And go to Ice Cream Shop in Henderson and get it.
If you want the
Or shop
a
at Ice Cream,
vinyl,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you want the vinyl copy, go to Ice Cream, Main Street, Henderson, Kentucky, and but it will also be streaming on Spotify, Apple, wherever you stream.
You can still stream the Mullets on iTunes, and that's
That's just the band that will not die.
it's not going to die. We're going to keep the Mullets alive.
And then we are working on the American publication of Sunset Flip. Don't hold your breath, but we're working on that. And
do you have what? So, well, we can talk about this if it's not something we can talk about here. But, what about audiobooks? What about like So have you ever explored like the self-publishing kind of thing? I'm sure that's way difficult for me than just me saying, "Well, why don't you just do this?" You know, I'm not going that route. I'm just
no. Well, we need to get into like what my publishing contract with the German publisher says I can and cannot do.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. That's my ignorance.
But no. That's a good question.
Yeah.
But yeah, they. This last one they did an audio book. They hired a German actor to read it. So,
Nice.
yeah. I don't do the audio. I don't. I like to read. I've never listened to an audio book. Isn't that weird?
I
Oh, you
can't.
can.
Well, I mean, I lose. I mean, it becomes white noise, right? I'm just like, it's just like you'll put a podcast on, you get the grips of it, but it's not like you have to listen to every word of it, you know? If I'm listening to if I'm listening to a book, I want to listen to the book, and I just don't have the 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here in a car ride or that kind of stuff. And it's just I am too. I'm a book guy.
Me too.
Book guy.
I don't even do the ebook.
Mm-mm.
I
I don't either.
like to feel of the book. I like to smell the book.
Right. Yes. Like I still love walking into Barnes and Nobles and going to the bookstore. Like we go to a town. If I see a bookstore, I'm going to go into it.
Yeah. Same here. Joe and I call it Barnes and Goebels.
Hey, that's good. Solid. On that note, Barnes and Goebels, Joey Goebel, musician, author, English teacher, Henderson legend. Thank you so much, sir, for coming in.
Thank you, Derek.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
so much
Thanks
for having
to the
me.
Peanut Gallery for attending and being well mannered. Nobody got sent to the principal's office today. That's true. It's a good point. All right. All right. Great job, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.